Okay, so imagine this. A social network kicks off in a Harvard dorm, just for students. Pretty small scale, right? But then, boom, within months, it just explodes way beyond campus.
Yeah, it's wild. That's the start of Facebook, or, well, the Facebook as it was called then.
Exactly. And today, we're doing a deep dive into that whole incredible journey from the Facebook all the way to Meta. Our mission here is basically to boil down everything from the sources you shared, the evolution, the big ideas, the turning points, why they became Meta, give you a shortcut to really getting it.
And it started fast. Mark Zuckerberg launched it February 4, 2004. But it wasn't smooth sailing, even early on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you had the legal stuff almost immediately.
Sure.
The Winklevoss brothers claiming he stole their idea, right?
Yeah, that whole intellectual property fight.
And the stuff with Eduardo Severin, the co-founder, getting his shares diluted, it sort of set a tone early on, aggressive, really pushing boundaries to win.
So kind of built into the DNA from the start, almost.
You could say that. It signaled this willingness to be pretty ruthless about growth.
Okay, so even with those legal battles brewing, the money started coming in fairly quickly.
Yeah, Peter Thiel. He put in $500,000 in June 2004. That was pretty crucial.
$500,000 back then, yeah, that's significant. Allowed them to develop without thinking about ads right away.
Exactly, focus on building the user base. And then came something that really changed the game. The newsfeed. September 2006.
Oh, I remember the reaction to that. People were not happy initially. Privacy concerns, right?
Totally. Big uproar. Zuckerberg even had to come out and say, we really messed this up. But, it fundamentally changed how people used the site.
And how we consumed information online, really.
Absolutely. And then February 2009, they added the like button. Seems small now, but it was revolutionary.
Oh, so?
Well, it turned simple engagement, just clicking a button, into this massive stream of data. What you like, what gets attention. Suddenly, user interaction became, monetizable data for highly targeted ads.
Oh, okay. And around the same time, September 2006, they opened it up beyond colleges to anyone over 13.
Yep. That's when the growth really went exponential. They hit, 1 billion users by September 2012? Just staggering numbers.
So the user base is exploding, but the world is also changing. People are shifting to mobile phones. How did Facebook adapt?
That was a huge pivot. Their mobile-first strategy, it drove some massive decisions, especially acquisitions.
Like Instagram.
Exactly. April 2012 bought it for $1 billion.
$1 billion. And the thinking was?
Secure leadership in mobile photos, obviously. But also neutralize a potential competitor and, importantly, grab a younger audience that was flocking to Instagram.
Smart move. And then WhatsApp. That was even bigger.
Oh, yeah. $19 billion in February 2014. Jaw-dropping amount.
What?
Global messaging dominance. Plain and simple. And preventing a rival, like Google maybe, from getting it, it locked up a huge communication channel.
So these huge acquisitions, massive user growth, then came the IPO, May 2012.
Right, the initial public offering.
Yeah.
Raised $16 billion, which sounds amazing.
Right.
But the launch itself was kind of a mess. Technical glitches on the NASDAQ, the stock price dropped pretty quickly. The Wall Street Journal actually called it a failure.
Wow, so even with all that dominance, the market was a bit skeptical at first.
Yeah, there were questions about how they'd really make money long-term, especially on mobile back then. Seems funny now, but it was a real concern.
Okay, so they navigate the IPO hiccups, dominate mobile through acquisitions, but with great power comes great scrutiny, right?
Absolutely. And that scrutiny really intensified. The big one was Cambridge Analytica in March 2018.
Right, the data scandal. What exactly happened there?
Essentially, data from millions of users, they eventually said 87 million was improperly harvested by a researcher and then used by Cambridge Analytica for political advertising, all without proper consent. And crucially, it included data from friends of people who used the app, even if those friends never signed up for it themselves.
That's bad. The fallout was pretty intense.
Huge. You had the hashtag Delete Facebook movement gaining steam. Mark Zuckerberg had to testify before the U.S. Congress. And they got hit with a massive fine from the FTC, $5 billion.
$5 billion. Wow. And And this wasn't just about Cambridge Analytica, was it? It tapped into broader worries.
Exactly. It crystallized concerns about misinformation, especially thinking back to the 2016 US election and this idea of filter bubbles and echo chambers, where the platform's algorithms show you stuff you already agree with.
Isolating people in their own information worlds.
Right. And then there are the mental health aspects. Studies started showing links between heavy social media use, like over 3 hours a day, and increased risks of anxiety and depression.
So a whole storm of controversy. And right in the middle of all that, or maybe because of it, they make this huge shift. October 2021.
The rebrand to Meta platforms.
Yeah. Zuckerberg starts talking about the metaverse.
Yeah.
What was the vision there?
He pitched it as the successor to the mobile internet. This idea of interconnected virtual spaces where you can have social presence, like you're actually there with people. Think VR, AR, that kind of thing.
Okay, a big technological vision.
Yeah.
But the timing. Was it also maybe a way to, distance the company from the Facebook brand's problems?
I mean, it's hard not to see it that way, too, right? You had the Cambridge Analytica fallout, then whistleblower Frances Haugen released all those internal documents showing troubling practices.
Right, the Facebook papers.
Yeah. So the Facebook name was pretty tarnished. Rebranding to Meta offered a chance to talk about the future, about innovation, and maybe, just maybe, change the conversation. So likely a bit of both a genuine belief in the metaverse and a very strategic PR move.
It paints a picture of this constant tension, doesn't it? Like incredibly fast innovation, always bumping up against the much slower pace of society and regulation trying to catch up.
That's a great way to put it. And throughout, you see this pattern. Prioritize growth, prioritize engagement, prioritize profit. Sometimes, it seems, even when trust or maybe public good was getting eroded.
So looking forward now, as Meta pushes into this metaverse,
Yeah.
what's the big question?
I think it's whether they can actually pull it off differently this time. Can they build this next big thing, this potential hub for profit and, let's be honest, data collection, without repeating the same mistakes?
The privacy issues, the societal impact.
Exactly. Or are we just going to see the same cycle of intense scrutiny and calls for regulation play out again, just in a virtual world? That's really something for you, the listener, to think about.